Okay, hey everyone, this is Shepard. This time back with another armor tutorial. This time we're going to be using something that is going to give people a whole lot of ground to cover. This is something that I kind of think of as my all-around set. Whenever I have a weapon that isn't going to be able to upgrade into white sharpness, and I just want to have a decent amount of damage coming off of it, I like to use this set because it's just so versatile. It pairs especially nicely, of course, though, with Nergigante weapons, which is convenient because it has a bunch of Nergigante pieces of armor as well. So, let's go over it. So, looking on the side here, let's see if we can get over this. We'll see what skills we have. First thing is we have attack up 7. That's through pieces of the armor, and also through a attack charm 3, which you can make by just gathering bones and such from the Elder Ruins. Weakness exploit 3, that comes from the Rathalos chest, as well as the Rathalos greaves. Yes, I'm sorry, you will have to get a ruby. My apologies ahead of time. Normally only comes with maximum might 2. I am lucky enough to have a decoration, so I did get that up to maximum might 3. It is absolutely not necessary to get it up to maximum might 3, but it is okay. A little bonus. Due to the fact that we have 2 pieces of Rathalos armor, we actually get critical element. And because of that, we actually decide to put a little point, 2 points into dragon attack. Now, the second decoration that we put in only gives us 20. So rather than plus 60, we're only getting plus 50 here. But I figured because we actually will be fighting something that is weak to dragon, we should get as much bonus from the critical element anyways. Because we are going to be critting an awful lot. Between weakness exploit 3, which is 50%, between maximum might 30, gets us up to 80%, plus attack boost, which will be another 5%, that's 85%. And then finally agitator gets us up to about 91% affinity. That's a lot of affinity. That's going to be plenty when the monster is angry. Finally, I put in 1 point of speed sharpening. Jump master comes from the greaves. We don't care about that. That is just there. So all in all, this really boosts our raw value by an awful lot, especially when the monster is angry. Gives us an incredible amount of affinity, which will also be proccing our Rathalos Mastery. My suggestion is, of course, if you're making this set, Nergigante is a great place to start, but it really does pair very nicely with any other element, as long as that does not require white sharpness. Again, Nergigante weapons max out at blue sharpness, so it's unnecessary. Oh, and I should probably mention, there is one more. We get Nergigante Hunger. Nergigante Hunter is not really great for keeping yourself alive constantly. It's just good enough for topping off any bits of chip damage that you're going to take. Of course, with the lance, we are going to be getting chip damage from time to time, so it is helpful to have. Paired with a Palico with the Vigor Wasp, and you will be doing very well. So, what we're going to do next is we are going to hop into a hunt and just kind of show off how it looks with a lance. Of course, while we're using the lance, I'll try and narrate exactly what's going through my head and why I'm doing it. I think the lance to a lot of people appears to be a boring weapon because, it's like, oh, all you do is poke all the time. Well, couldn't be further from the truth. It is maybe one of the most technical weapons that exist in the game. You have so many different options for movement that, yeah, we're gonna go all in. One feint, that's all we need. Because you have the choice to counter, you have the choice to power guard, you have the choice to charge. And remember, this is all stuff that you can make immediately after clearing your Nergigante Urgent. I do have my Palico equipped with a poison weapon. Not that Nergigante is especially susceptible to poison, but it's probably one of the more damaging things I could have him doing. Palicos are, of course, much better at applying status than they really are doing a significant amount of damage otherwise. Start with a Rocksteady Mantle. You can technically strong counter his Roar in the beginning, but it'll push you back. Rocksteady Mantle is actually one of the few things I'm using here that you cannot get until later. I think it's around HR 50 or so that you have the ability to even use it. Alright, you just saw the Nergigante Hunger pop off there. Okay, that was a long back hop. It's amazing how quickly his spines come back sometimes. Pretty much every time he does his little headbutt there, you can just do a strong guard and get right through it. Okay, so that was a trip from the arm there. And again, we just want to keep countering every time we see a hit coming out. Except that one time we missed it. Wait for the headbutt. If we're lucky, we are going to be able to get a trip, just like that. So watch the way I moved there, right? I really took advantage of the fact that I could side hop right into position. If you didn't know, the up pokes do a little bit more damage than the horizontal pokes. So you want to try and use those when you can. There's a rock pile to our left. I'm not going to grab it just yet. Okay, got another trip there. And remember, this theoretically, outside of that one maximum might jewel, this could be you. The hell? Oh yeah, he does that. Well, let's go ahead and sharpen. Why not? Just like that. Nergigante is down. Again, remember, the only thing I had that you would likely not have is you would not have that maximum might decoration. You would not have that rock steady. So that would, of course, take a little bit of time off of the run. But that being said, you know, Lance is a great weapon against Nergigante. Using it to farm him so that you can then farm up some additional pieces of his armor set. It's a pretty good idea. You see, at no point in that quest did I actively have to heal myself. Between his armor set skill of the Nergigante Hunger and the Vigor Wasp that continually came down on me, I was just able to continue attacking. Of course, unless you're doing investigations, you will probably want to slow down a little bit to actually take off his tail. Remember, lances do cutting damage. Speed things up a little bit for getting his weapons. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I might take a little bit of time now just to go through the actual crafting components of this. Just at the end, just to say, hey, look at the various things that you will actually need, okay? So, pretty satisfied with that time. Okay, guys, I think I lied to you a little bit. Because actually, I think this lance actually does require endgame parts. So, oops. But let's take a look at it anyways. So, of course, you're going to go down the iron path for the lance. Okay. Dragon Van can be found in the Elder's Recess. The first upgrade is Talons, Plate, Carapace, and Tail. Tail's, of course, a tail cut, but also from investigations. Last part I heard the Xenohorn. Well, keep playing the game, you'll get there eventually. As for the armor pieces, let's take a look at that. Okay. So we have the Nergigante Alpha. We choose Alpha over Beta because Beta only gives us one extra slot, and we're starved for attack decorations even later on in the game. We choose Rathalos Beta because we do not want fire attack, and the one extra slot is helpful. Again, you're going to need Scale, Carapace, and Wing are all self-explanatory. Ruby is a head break, a back break, a tail carve, and it's also a body carve. It's indeterminate yet whether or not you would use the capture on a Rathalos to get a better Ruby reward. We're not quite sure yet, but definitely it comes from a carve. Also from investigation rewards. We're doing Nergigante Alpha, again for the same reason we did the Helm Alpha. We only get one single slot, and early in the game, we are starved for attack decorations. So we go with this. In terms of Nergigante Coil, the Beta is a much better choice. Okay, Beta is a better choice because we get a 2-slot there, which we really need, and we do not need Stamina Surge. Now, Fire Cell Stone, I believe, is just a rare mining thing in the Elder's Recess. Finally, Rathalos Greaves, Carapace, Scale, and Inferno Sac, all carves and other rewards. The Plate, you will get more than enough of them on your way to getting your Rathalos gem. One alternate thing that you could put in if you really wanted, technically the Rathalos Soul Helm Beta fits the Rathalos mixed set. So say for some reason you couldn't get your Nergigante gem, you could, in theory, get 2 Rathalos gems, but I'm laughing even saying it, and fit in this. This will give you 2 slots, which is okay. The issue then would be you'd probably drop the Greaves, and then putting in the Nergigante Greaves. You could. That's actually not bad. 1 point of Maximum Might, 1 point of Agitator would both be an okay. That would be an okay replacement. Although then you'd really want to find some way to get an extra level of critical or weakness exploit. Okay. Let's just go over the attack charm. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can make it just to demonstrate the various levels. Okay. Sturdy Bone, Boulder Bone. Those are both low rank items. Okay. Upgrading it to level 2. Nova Crystal, Dragon Bow Relic, and Quality Bone. Those can all be mined and found in the Elder's Recess. And then finally, Elder Dragon Bone, High Commendation, Brutal Bone, Dreamcore Ore. I believe Nergigante drops Elder Dragon Bones. Same thing, Brutal Bones can be found in that area. Let's just confirm that. He is technically a Elder Dragon. Yep, that is actually a common reward of his. Okay, so that is just about everything. Of course, any questions in the comments, please let me know. Again, this set, even though I used it with the Lance, there's actually no Lance-specific items on here. So this can be used with just about anything, Insect Glaive, Longsword, Greatsword, any of those. My only recommendation is because you are getting that little boost to element, is to make sure you're pairing whatever weapon you're using to an element that the monster is weak to. You will definitely get some additional damage that way. You may even want to consider sliding in those decorations to get as much element out as you can. Just be careful though. Like I said, if I try to put a 3rd decoration into this set, it would not work. So that's it for now. Again, please, if you like this video, let me know. Say so in the comments what set you want to see me make. I know there's a lot of recommendations, questions for Insect Glaive sets, Switch Axe sets, Longsword sets. Trust me, I do have plans to make those in the future. Otherwise, do keep in mind I am streaming almost every day of the week, Thursdays through Tuesdays. So if you want to see me play live, please come by and check me out. I'd love to have you around. Otherwise, until next time, this is Shepard saying good luck and have a good hunt.